Oh hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Dragon Age Children of Thedas. We are one down, because they've gone through some weird mirror, which none of us know anything about. Oh hi! Before we go round, let's go through our regular links. We have many of them. We have social links. Go and check out our Discord, our Twitter, and our YouTube. Twitter, send me a DM and I'll get you a game. Also, check out our Patreon, where you can support us for as little as $1 and find some free articles. Merch is over on Redbubble, where you can get a crest on your chest. And we are sponsored by Bird in the Storm Publishing, who create modules for D&D and other TTRPGs, and Mayhem Press, who created the Dark Matter Alpha, a sci-fi expansion for D&D 5e, and other expansions for D&D 5e, which we will be exploring next season. Also, there's some other things down in the panels below. We have arrestavad.com, tabletoploot.com, and ruink.com, where you can get yourself some accessories and dice trays, bags, that sort of thing, dice and maps and cartography with a 10 to 15% discount. Go and check out the panel for the details on how to get that discount. We also have a tweet, and every 10 retweets, we get a trinket distributed to the party. We are currently on six retweets. Thank you all very much. Let's go and pass over to Alice. Oh, hi, baby. 9 years today, by the way, everyone. 9 years we've been dating today.
Oh, hi. So, we're going to go round and say hi, and we will start off very lovely Ambly. Hello.
Muted. Hello, I'm Ambly. I play what am I playing? Knori. Uldra, that can use some magical hands to do some magical stuff, and it's great. She's currently on a quest to not die, which is a good quest. And she's just a great human being, and everyone loves her. It's great.
Awesome, thank you. Then we're going to hop down to Jeff. Hello, Jeff.
I was muted. Hey everyone, my name is Jeff Ellis. I am at Many-Eyed Monster on Twitter, where I write tabletop RPGs and supplements. I just wrote a one-page mecha RPG called Death Sentence. It's like a little journaling RPG. You can find it on my Twitter. It's a ton of fun. If you're, like that. I play the dwarf warrior Harbeck, who is like a very short Lobo from Superman in terms of his physicality. And I am very curious to see what goes on with this mirror that I know nothing about. It's gonna be interesting.
Absolutely nothing about it at all.
I don't know what it is.
And now we're going to hop over to the lovely Nassim. Hello.
Hello Twitch. I'm Nassim, and I'm playing Harvey Azalea, your excitable grandmother dwarf.
She's so badass. She's just such a badass grandma. And last but not least, Scrap. You're muted.
Oh hi! Nearly a full sweep. Oh hi! Thank you all so much for the hosts and follows and everything. Thank you all. I will be playing Guzgir Dukan, who is a prince of the Dwarven people. Or at least he was, while the Dwarven people were about. It's not looking so hopeful now. And here we are at this assembly, which also turned into a bloodbath. We should also probably mention that the assembly of everyone, the grand assembly of all the big people, someone attempted on the Emperor's life. And we battered them to merry hell, which was, good. But yeah, we just lost Nara through some strange mirror. And the thing is with Alice is, we might know meta what an Eluvian is, but Alice might have other plans, because after all, this is the Blight of Chaos.
Yep, you never know. So, sorry. Last week, all of these shenanigans have happened, and we also found below the Emperor's Palace barrels and barrels of red lyrium. Something that Harvey and Nara discovered, and they also found one of Nara's friends, Alia, an elf, who seems to have been affected by this red lyrium. Only a tiny bit. You can see, like, almost like veins from her eyes across the side of her head, so just tend to glow this red colour. And you're all still in this room. Alia seems to be tossing and turning. She's breathing regularly again, but you can suspect nightmares as she reaches out and flails on this bed where the healer is trying to calm her down. Ariana has been out of the room now for about an hour, and Nara's been gone a very long time. What are you all doing in there?
I feel like Harbeck would probably consider how long Nara's been gone, but he's also going to move to help hold Arlia down so that the healer can do what they need to do. But he while he's holding Arlia down, he kind of looks around and he's like, yeah, does anybody seen the kid around? Do you know, where does she go?
Did anyone see her walk out?
Oh yeah, you would have seen her walk out.
Yeah, but with someone.
With one of the healers, yes.
Didn't she leave with one of the healers then?
Yeah.
Well, she's probably got business to take care of. I'm sure she'll be back when she's done.
I mean, she does.
This isn't the first time she's left.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but also, this is the first time she's stuck around. He looks and he kind of like looks down at Arlia, and he's like, she was pretty tore up that this one was the way out is hurt. I think she would be.
So, see Nara's bow and quiver propped up against the wall.
Hey,
Oh, well, I mean, if she left her weapon, she's bound to be back, right? I mean, how long's it been now, Alice?
It's been coming up to 2 hours.
It's only been a couple of hours. She's probably healing someone or gathering herbs or something.
I don't think she's gathering herbs in the palace, but I will say this. Hey, Trouble, come here.
And this dog sort of pads over very sleepily. He's been curled up in the corner for a while and plonks himself down in front of you.
Trouble, you go get a sniff of Nara's bow and quiver if you need it, but you go find her for me. Make sure she's okay.
And he sort of gives off a bark, and you can see him run over to this quiver, and he's sniffing like mad all over it, and then with a very happy look starts bounding towards the door. Literally, as Ariana opens it, and he almost takes her out as he bursts through on the way. It's like, whoa, okay. He's in a hurry then.
Yeah, I sent him to go see if he can find the kid. Where have you been? What's going on out there?
I've been speaking with the Emperor. As you know, a lot of things have happened in the last 24 hours. The Divine has been relocated, and members of her close party are being interrogated. They seem to be okay with us because we took down the problem.
Right.
I won't lie, that probably means they still have a close eye on us because I don't trust. She's sort of looking around just to see if there's any other servants. She sees the healer and quietens down a bit, like any Orlesian.
Right. Yeah,
Well,
any.
But
Mhm.
Cordelius has asked something, and I was asked to put it to you. You can say no. He wants us to go to the Anderfells.
Yeah.
He wants us to find the Grey Wardens, or any hint of the Grey Wardens, I don't know, and he wants to come with us.
Why us?
Because he just saw how we handled ourselves.
What about Orzammar?
He's sending some troops out to Orzammar to investigate.
Some troops, that's probably not gonna be enough.
Scouts. He's not sending an army, he's building. My goodness, is he building an army?
Yeah.
Well, that's sensible at least.
I think he wants to know exactly what he's dealing with mapped out before he sends men to die.
Yeah,
Well- When are we supposed to hit the road?
Tomorrow. Supplies and everything are being packed up. It's gonna be a long old trudge.
So tell me, what are we gonna do with a little problem in the basement?
I have sent people down. Well, I spoke to the Emperor and he had sent people down and they've already begun removing it. They're taking it in shifts because apparently none of them can hold on to the barrel more than 15 minutes without screaming.
yeah.
What are they doing with it? I say they should bury it.
Well, I'm not too sure exactly what they're doing with it, but they seem to be doing something like that.
Hmm.
I think they're trying to find an old entrance to a deep road.
Or isn't it better to destroy it then?
They don't seem to be able to.
Oh,
Close enough to it.
If anyone could destroy it, it would probably be one of these fancy warden folks.
Yeah.
Most likely, but they're also trying to disperse it a little bit.
Right. That's fair. That makes sense. All right. You said we're leaving in the morning?
Yes, I'd say so. And you can look out the window and it's sort of like after lunch sort of time here now. And they're sending some food up in a minute. But
It's about tea time. I'm gonna go take me my tea time bubble bath. Excuse me.
so, there is like a bathroom off, like an ensuite which you can disappear into. And Ariana looks at all of you. It's going to be a long walk. I'm also having new shoes sent up for us as well, sturdy shoes, because it's going to be a lot of walking. We will have a cart, but there's some areas a cart is just not going to get across.
Yeah, that's fair. Anderfells are hard country. Have you seen Nara anywhere?
Has she not been back yet?
No, she left with one of the healers a couple hours ago. I haven't seen her.
Interesting.
Yeah, I sent
Which
trouble
healer?
out to find her. I don't know. He's like, I imagine he's still like on the opposite side of the bed from the other healer. Like,
Yeah, the other healer's like working away and looks up at you. Oh no, I was the only healer hired.
what?
I was sent here by Cordelius himself to take care of your friend here.
and you had no colleagues with you?
No, I prefer to work alone.
All right. Well, that does it. All right. We got to go find Nara.
Okay.
I don't trust any of this. We just fought a mage with fire demons trying to kill and now the kids no. All right. We got to go.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna take her bow and arrow, and I'm gonna knock on Harvey's door and like, hey, we're gonna go and find the kid. You are you okay in there?
Do you need any help? I'm soaking my feet for tomorrow.
I don't. We're just gonna search. So,
I'll stay here in case she shows up again.
good plan. Good plan. Keep those feet moist, and I leave.
Oh God.
As you start to move, you hear a stirring by the bed, And Alia, this young elf, sits bolt upright, breathless, and the healer tries to catch her, like, whoa, steady, lay back down. She's like, and she looks around, terrified, and in fact actually starts to back up. You can see she looks like she's maybe reaching for a dagger or something around her belt, but she's got nothing on her.
Hey.
Whoa, where's
You're
Nara?
all right. Well, not well. Actually, we were all just getting ready to go find her. She was here a couple hours ago.
Where? Who are you?
Well, we are Nara's friends. And
Why-
Harbeck
Why
just
did you
looks
have
at
to say it
everyone
so?
else.
Why did you have to say it so suspicious?
I don't know. I met the kid
Yeah.
like 2 days ago. I don't. What do you?
We're
don't know.
nobles from Orzammar.
He's a prince. Yeah.
You're nobles of Orzammar,
That's what I said.
and you know Nara.
That's what we said.
Yeah.
She sort of tries to stagger up to her feet. Again, the healer's allowing her, but is probably like every time she gets up to move. And she'll walk over to both of you. And, what kind of noble?
Well,
Progressive.
Oh.
And you see like a twitch in this girl's face, like, and looks to the others as well.
Look, I can't speak for him. He's a special flavor of noble. A unique one. I technically am nothing. I'm just a surface dwarf. Used to be noble, but we don't need to get into my whole thing. We were just gonna go find Nara. Maybe you want to join us.
There was another dwarf. Where is she?
She's over there, and he
What's
points to
going
the
on
door.
out there?
Like, and this elf freaks back and was like, "That's the voice. That's the voice I heard." And actually walks over to the door. It's like, "Hello."
Hey.
Harvey, Nara's friend, woke up, and she's seeming maybe a little addled.
Oh, well, come on in.
Oh,
But
Okay.
before she then turns back and says, "Oh wait, names. Who are you?" And points over to Huldra. Nari.
Yes, I am Huldra. Nice to meet you. Scared person.
Alia.
Alia.
That's my name. And you, and points over at Harbeck. What did you say your name was? I need to know who Nara travels with.
Why?
My name is Harbeck Uthkarok. Hi.
And you, and looks over. Look as good. You.
His name's Gersgeard Idukin. Come on, what are you doing right now?
I do.
How comes you don't know us? We're from...
You're an I.
Even the elves must have heard of the nobles of Orzammar, surely.
Oh, God.
You're an
No,
I. And
man.
she walks straight over to you and punches you in the face.
Oh, my God. All
Can I
right, well...
Counter that?
Well, it's pretty much off guard, but she'll go in for another one if you want to try and stop that. It's not hard. She's not like got a lot of muscle behind her, but she walks up and punches you straight across the face.
Yeah, Guzkid won't, I assume there's no damage or anything in this, so
It's that she's very weak. It's almost like a rather
Guzkid
than
will
an
just,
actual-
as she goes for the second punch, will just take the pommel of his axe and just push it into her shoulder.
Is it? Nara wouldn't travel with you.
Okay, here we go. Look, hey. You know what? Actually, I have a really awesome idea. The dwarf nobles and the Kunari, we're gonna go try to find Nara, and you can talk to Harvey. That's what I think.
You two can go and look for Nara. I think a dwarf, a canary, and a dog. If one of you can't find her, then she's lost. I'm gonna go and get some supplies for the journey tomorrow.
That is also fine. I just think we need to give Arlia some
She's
space.
glaring at Guzgid, like seething.
I feel like the two of them square off, and then from off camera you just see like a very pale dwarven hand take Geared by the shoulder and slowly pull him away.
Yeah, and the healer's guiding Arlia back. He's like, goes,
Come on, come.
So your name was Alia?
Yes.
What is your deal with with nobles?
It's not nobles.
Oh. Why?
It's not my story to tell. Maybe you should ask your friend Nara.
Let's go find her.
Well, this sounds like some juicy gossip. Why don't you come sit down next to... Come on and sit down next to your grandma.
And you can see the healer sort of guides her to you, but she is looking weak and out of it. She needs something to eat. And Ariana's like, I'm on it. And she sort of goes out the door and she's like, is this food coming anytime now? Like shouting down this corridor.
Harbeck is like literally 1 foot out the door already and just looking at Holdra like,
Yeah.
we can go anywhere else. I don't want to be in that room anymore.
Same here. Guskid, if you're gonna pack supplies, make sure to bring the wine, and I start to leave as well.
Yeah, we head out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go shopping too. I'm gonna go get some supplies.
Shopping.
Yeah, you know, see if we can get some decent meat and stuff for the journey. If you leave that sort of stuff up to the help, they always end up giving you grains and stuff, and you haven't got any pork by the third day. So I'm gonna go make sure we've got some decent meats to take with us, and if I happen to walk past any weapon shops, I'll pop into there too.
And
Find something to smoke while you're at it.
Yep.
Such a badass grandma. This Alia seems to have been. It's like whatever she just did, that rage towards it, Idukan has made her even more wobbly, and she is guided back to the bed again, where she's not asleep, but she's just laying there because her energy has gone. And you can see Ariana, as a couple of servants come running down this hallway at hearing Ariana's voice with these big trays of food, as you all sort of step out and walk past. Guskid, where are you going?
I'm going into town. I'm gonna walk along the marketplaces.
Also, did you hear what Huldra was saying before she left about the wine?
Get wine, get smokes, get booze. I've got a veritable shopping list.
And you can walk into town, and it seems, especially for a pretty dead, there's not many people out after what has happened at the Emperor's palace. There's a few people that are sort of still keeping up appearances, and you can hear that forced laugh again, but it's slightly more nervous than anything. Now, Harbeck and Harvey, as you step out of this room, you see around the corner, just like nose pressed.
Do you mean Harbeck and Holdra?
Oh yes, Harvey didn't get a Holdra, sorry.
Cool,
You have
no
the
worries.
nose pressed to the floor as you see Trouble sniffing around underneath the window, and he's sort of disappearing around a corner down in one of corridors.
Whoa, hey, buddy, what? Did you find something? What's going on?
And this head just pops around the corner for you and gives you like this really happy bark and starts going back around the corner of the corridor again.
I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah, I think that's probably a yes. So
Let's follow the dog.
Yeah, you can follow Trouble and you see him walking down this corridor, which is getting duller outside, and it's just lit by the evening sun coming in down these corridors through the corridor, and Trouble is sniffing all the way along here, and then he stops outside one of the far end doors and starts to like scratch at the lower bit of the door.
Okay,
I swing it open.
Whoa.
You can't. It's closed.
I'll try harder.
Roll me a strength, please. This looks to be locked from the other side.
Can do. 3d6. Strength. Oh, okay. 13?
That's not too bad. It doesn't quite open the door fully, but you feel it creak on its hinges. This looks to be an older door, and it's quite dark wood. In fact, if it had been any darker outside, you wouldn't have even seen it at the end of this corridor.
I'm gonna kick it open.
The dog is whining by this door, and Harvard, you can hear this wood being shredded, like around this door, as it's been bent slightly on its hinges, but it's not open.
All right, here, hold on. Okay, just hold on.
It won't open.
I know it's a door. It's fine.
They're meant to be opened.
No,
I don't understand.
it's okay. Don't worry about it. Check this out. And I'm going to just kick it right on the right where the lock mechanism is. Just full force.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna add my strength modifier.
Are you a strong dwarf?
I'm a strong dwarf.
Oh wow,
17.
you are! Oh my god, that's a double!
Yeah, Huldra, you stand there as Harbeck, who's like tiny compared to you, is just like, hang on. And this door just crunches in on itself and flies off. It doesn't fall off the hinges, but it really swings and crashes and hits the back as it sort of swings there.
See?
Well, I loosened it. So.
You did. See, it's teamwork, Huldra. This is great stuff. Trouble, what's going on? Why are you obsessed with this room?
And Trouble's already in, like, nose going, and you step into this room, which is, you don't know there's a window there, but it's like someone has covered it with a sheet. There is something else at the edge of the room which is completely covered by a very grey, dark, dusty sheet. And this room looks like no one's been in here for a long time. As the dust lays all over the floor, you've got a desk over to the side also caked in dust, but you do see two sets of footsteps, almost as if, like, this dust is thick. It's like you see footsteps in the snow walking towards this covered item, and this goes all the way up to the ceiling, whatever it is. So to Harbeck in particular, this is huge.
Is it covered by a sheet?
Yeah, it's covered by a very dusty grey sheet, and you can see Trouble sort of barking by it, and he throws his head back.
See, is he looking troubled?
Trouble is looking troubled.
I walk over and kind of just like scritch behind his ears, like, "Hey, good job, buddy. I think you may be onto something." And I look back at like the trail of footprints leading up to this thing, and I'm just like, Huldra, I've never wanted to pull a sheet off of something less, but I think we're just gonna. And he just reaches up and just pulls it down.
Yeah, as you pull it down, you feel your lungs fill with dust, like that. You can't hold that.
But Hulra is not coughing, and if she is, she has to roll for it because she's like, I'm not gonna cough. I'm not gonna cough.
And there's dust, and you see, like, you know when dogs sneeze, and they're like, and their whole head just sort of, he's like, Trouble usually does that 3 or 4 times as you pull it down, and shaking his head a little bit.
Hulra is like, this is not bothering me.
Harbeck just comes like, oh, okay, and kind of looks back at Holder, and he's just like, what? All right.
What do we see?
As you stand there, there's huge sort of dust cloud starts to disperse, and this tall, very slim mirror that reaches all the way up to the ceiling, ornately decorated all the way around, but the glass itself looks dark and dull. It looks like a mirror, but there's lots of black patches all over it where
tea delivery.
Choo choo.
There's lots of black patches over it, you know, when you don't maintain a mirror and it's almost like mold, but it's not. It's just tarnishing on the surface.
I actually wanna investigate the footprints and try to figure out if there could be Nara's.
Yeah, do a perception check.
Sure thing. Because they might not actually be hers. I don't trust that dog.
Whoa.
No, wait. Not plus. Saves plus. You said investigation, right?
Yes, please.
There is no investigation.
It's like a perception, sorry.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. This is 7.
You look, you can't tell if this is Nara's or not, but there's 2 sets of footsteps.
Yeah.
And they seem to lead right up to the mirror.
I'm gonna look behind the mirror.
It is propped up against a wall.
I'm gonna... Wait, how... Can I, like, lift the mirror and look behind it, or is it too big?
It's too big.
Okay.
Too heavy. And Harbeck, as, like, Huldra's doing all this and looking around... If you're looking at the glass itself, you realize there's no reflection here. You can't see yourself.
Is there no reflection of me, or is there just like no reflection at all?
It seems to be no reflection at all.
Okay.
But this is definitely mirror. Like the you can see that it is there, but I'm not too sure.
I look at Aldrin, I'm like, I don't know if we should touch this thing at all. Maybe let's just take a step
If
back.
don't touch it, we won't figure out what it is. Maybe.
That is a good maybe, but also... Okay. And I look down at Trouble and I'm like, and you're sure this is where she went?
And there's just that big old bark and then shortly followed by another sneeze.
I really want to touch a Tarbeck.
Okay, let's... Okay, alright. Alright, Holdra, how about this? Count of 3, you and I are both going to touch it at the same time.
Okay.
And that way, I'll feel better, I guess. I'm not really sure what it would do, but I just don't want...
It might just be a broken mirror.
I don't like this thing. At all. Alright, okay, here we go. Just get ready.
While this is going on, can I, like, roll an Arcana check or something and see if I can... If I've seen something similar, because it's magic, and I know about those things, kind of. Wait. Okay, never mind. Hiya! 14?
On a 14, you look at this mirror up and down, and it's almost like with your ability, you see a sheen. Oh my god. You see a sheen just sort of slide across this mirror's surface. You have never seen anything magical than this.
I have never seen anything like it. Okay, let's go. Let's touch it.
His hand's getting closer, and then you say, "I've never seen anything like this," and his hand just immediately stops. He just looks at you, he's like,
"Okay, let's touch it. 1, 2, 3."
Oh, and he kind of jumps in. And
So you both touch it.
Yes.
Nothing happens.
Well, this is anticlimactic.
And so we're both just like in a dark room with a dog, just touching a mirror, and I'm just like,
I draw a meh face on the mirror.
you draw a little like crappy
Yeah, I draw a little.
Harbeck sees you do that, and then he's like, and he puts little angry eyebrows on it. Kind of stands there and looks at it, and he's like, well, okay, well, all right, that's fair. It might just be a mirror, but these footprints don't double back out of the room.
Yeah, they just disappeared.
Harbeck's gonna like look around. Is there anything else in the room, like anything of note?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
This is like completely empty, apart from a desk, which is basically a table.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in this room, and behind you, you hear a little bit of
Oh.
I was looking. Sorry. I was looking for you. Ariana's food's here.
Thank you, Terrell.
Ah.
It's a big mirror.
and then he sort of walks forward.
There's no reflection.
It's broken.
How can you break
Well,
a mirror? Isn't that
I
bad
don't
luck?
think it might be bad luck. Also, I don't think that's how mirrors work. You do raise a good point. I noticed there is no reflection, but and he just kind of stares at it. Yeah, this thing is weird, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna stand here and glare at a mirror for.
Like it's.
As a Terrell walks forward and he's looking at it, he's looking at the face you've sort of put on the thing, and
Harbeck's
he
noticeably embarrassed.
he
Didn't
he
expect
looks
anyone else to.
both of you and smiles.
Holra points at Harbeck.
He points it off.
And as you do, he sort of does a little laugh and he starts to add to it. And as he does, you just hear, wow, as he falls and disappears.
Oh my god! Whoa.
I run forward to the mirror and start touching it again.
Where? Whoa.
Well, that confirms it, at least. Hello? Hello, is anyone there?
Oh my god, Nara's gonna
Kissing
be.
Adam's face.
I mean, Nara's gonna be so angry. I cannot believe we just lost that kid. What are we? Oh no. Okay, alright, I feel extremely out of my depth. We are going to go back to the room. We are going to talk to people. We are going to maybe not mention the little smiley face. And we're just gonna...
Trouble's
say
like
some-
up at the mirror and he's just whining.
I know, okay, come on. And Harbeck kind of just like gets his whole arms around this dog that's like the size of him. And he's like, come on. Oh my god. Okay, come on. Look, hey, Trouble, look at me. We're gonna find him. We're gonna find Nara. We just need to talk to someone who maybe knows more about these kind of things. It's probably an Arlesian thing. They probably got weird mirrors everywhere. This could be maybe this is just an old mirror that you take to town.
If in
Yeah.
doubt, it's Elysian.
Right?
Well, Nora is still missing, and she went away with a non-nurse.
Right. No, I am extremely worried, but all right, come on. And Harbeck kind of gives like a small tug on Trouble and just heads out the door back in the direction of the room that everybody was in.
When he leaves, Holroy is just gonna write Harbeck was here on the mirror and then walk out.
And we have hit 10 retweets.
Ooh, okay. So, Guzgid 1, Harbeck 2, Harvey 3, Holdra 4. Let's have a look. 3. Harvey. So, is Holdra and Harbeck going back?
Yes, we are. We're gonna explain everything. Cat! Cat attack!
And as you head back to the room, Harvey, what are you doing? Are you still in the bath?
Harvey's gotten a nice good soak and gets out eventually, lets the bubbles and water just drip right down her, puts a towel like over her head that like falls over her chest, and then has one other towel around her waist, so like back totally exposed. Everyone who's still in that little room sees her full body suit of tattoos. Yeah, and goes to pop a squat next to Alia and see if she's awake and has enough energy to talk.
Yeah, Alia's sort of like, her eyes are lolling a little bit, but she seems to be coming round and seems to be doing like a lot better. She's just like, you're not a noble dwarf, are you?
Absolutely not.
Okay. And she sort of reaches out and pats your hand. She's like, maybe we'll get on.
So, I'm sure you obviously remember me as one of the folks with Nara when we found you down here. Tell me, why did you end up down here?
Wait, if I'm honest, I don't remember. I was trying to find something. I was trying to find information for someone. I was hired. I don't even know officially who by, and I came into Orlais, and I don't remember. And
Perception.
Roll a perception check.
Do. 16.
Yeah. On a 16, you look at her and you think she's telling the truth. She's really struggling to remember. She did come into Orlais, and she said, I went into one of the taverns. I had a drink, and I remember waking up, being carried. I don't know. They spoke about something about they wanted me as like a seed or something to grow something. I don't know. And then there was all this screaming, this red, this burning. And I can feel, as she sort of touches her temple where the lines are, it's, oh my god, stop shredding the book. Like it's growing, and you can see it's spread out more than the first time you had seen her with it.
Well, we're gonna be off to find some wardens tomorrow, and fingers are crossed that they'll figure out something to help you. But in the meantime, do you remember any mage that was dragging you down here? I saw someone come in.
There were a couple. There are a few. I didn't know their names, but I know one of them was definitely from Orlais, and there was a Tevinter. I know there was a Tevinter. Yes. I don't know. It's just so fuzzy. Where is Nara?
Well, my friends are gonna go find her. Don't need to worry about that. I'm sure she'll be back soon.
And at this point, Harbeck and Ultra burst into the room.
They're all gone! No.
Like, you make Nara jump. Not Nara. You make Alia jump. She jumps upright.
And Trouble bounds in, and as soon as everyone's in, Harbeck closes the door, and he looks at Arlia, and then he looks at Harvey, and then he stops, noticing that Harvey's just like in some towels, and he's like, and he doesn't know where to look, and he's like,
Where's the fire?
The fire is down the hall, in a room with a weird mirror.
What? And you hear like Ariana with a mouthful of some sort of food, like she's got like a chicken leg in her hand. And she takes her boots off of the table where she propped them up. What do you mean a mirror?
There was like a mirror that was giant, and it was like behind a sheet, and there were some tracks leading up to it, and then the tracks stopped there, and then Uldra and I were like, oh my god, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen, and then we both touched at the same time, but nothing happened, and then Terrell showed up, and then Terrell fell through the mirror, and now Terrell's gone, and we don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's a magical mirror without a reflection. It's super old, and it teleports people somewhere we don't know. Or maybe something else. I assume teleport. I
So
hope
you can't hear? Why didn't you go after the kid?
we try.
There's nothing, we couldn't do anything. We couldn't go through it. He fell into the mirror, and then he disappeared, and then we were like, oh no, and then we touched it, and
Wait.
now...
Wait. Like, Alia sort of looks to her, like, can you help me a second? And sort of puts her hand on Harvey to help her up.
I help her up.
A mirror.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
like
know
a
about this?
real big one.
Can you take me to it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but just don't fall into it.
Yeah, you should probably not touch it, since you're all injured.
Yeah, right.
This is what I think it is. I know where he's gone.
Where?
Okay. All right.
I don't know it's... No. Where is it?
Yeah, it's down. All right, let's go.
Let's go. Do you want to put on some clothes, Harvey?
Oh my god, you people are such children. Fine, I'll put on some clothes.
It's just that if we're gonna travel, or there's something there, you might wanna.
Yeah, I'm getting dressed.
I mean, if you
Uldra makes
wanna
good.
walk in a towel, it's absolutely your decision.
She's getting dressed.
Ariana has started like, oh, okay, like starts. You can see there's some new boots that have been brought up for you, and she's like got a mouthful of food. She's like, oh, we're going, and you see her just like, you haven't seen her like this before, but starts just putting some of the cheese and bread off the tray into her bag.
Harvey grabs some stuff too as they walk out.
Yeah, is there wine anywhere? Like,
yeah, no, there's a bottle of wine and stuff.
oh,
like
she
that.
takes the bottle.
She sees Trouble like looking at her expectantly and just sort of goes and throws Trouble like this big piece of ham, which he grabs and sits very happily with. But meanwhile,
I'll go for it.
We're gonna hop over to Guzgid. Where are you? If you're in town, there's lots of shops. Not a lot of them are open, but there's some.
I would have almost certainly gone to the meat vendor and ordered a cart of meats. On the Idukan account, of course.
Yeah, of course. And you can get like jerky effectively. They look disgusted that you're buying it, but that you can buy it. Like
no. I mean more salted. You must have salted meats. Come on, I want legs of lamb, pork belly.
Yeah,
sides of beef.
We'll have that. And they take you into a back room.
Do you have any nug?
Huge. No, why would I eat milk? It's tough.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not.
You are what you eat, you know.
Yes, and I have a delicate palate, so I eat delicate foods.
We're not gonna last 5 minutes against the Darkspawn.
Excuse me?
Sorry.
Like, and they sort of, they bring out up in wrapped in these big bits of paper, like these huge legs of meat, and you find some like potted.
I don't want them now. I want them delivered to the estate. What was the guy's name? Alice. What was the guy's name? I'd know the name.
Do you mean the Emperor?
No, not the Emperor. Oh, are we staying with the Emperor now, or are we still staying with the other guy?
No, you're with the Emperor.
Yeah, have them delivered to the palace. Maybe not on the Idukan account. The Emperor might want to pick it up. Either way, I don't really care.
Okay, I will get those sent off to you by this evening.
No. Tomorrow. We're leaving tomorrow, so have them delivered tomorrow.
Then I will send over tomorrow. Tomorrow, early in the morning.
And I don't want any of the stuff that's been sitting for weeks, okay? We're going on a long journey, so I want the freshest stuff you've got.
It's salted food. It's sat here for weeks.
Even salted food goes bad. You and I both know that. I mean, don't give me the dregs. The stuff you haven't been able to shift for months.
I would not give you the dregs. You think I have dregs?
Everyone has dregs. You can't pull that shit on me.
And like, if you weren't paying this, they sort of, yes, I will have them delivered for you tomorrow.
Thank you. A pleasure doing business with you.
Yes, it's fantastic. Thank you. Stare again. What do you do after that?
I give them a good eye for a moment. And then I start walking away again. I'm keeping an eye out for, people vending wine skins. I imagine water's quite affluent, so I don't need to buy cartons of water. We can just fill some up. Yeah, I'm looking out for wine, I'm looking out for smokes, I'm looking out for weapon shops, armor shops, all the rest of it.
You can, there aren't really many weapon shops open at this time, but you can see some, like, that you can see, like, cigar, like, level type shops and things like that you can go and buy. And then it's the same sort of place you can buy the wine and the ale from as well, and you can easily pick those up.
Great. I'll grab a pound of tobacco. Not the best stuff, but not the cheapest stuff either. And, I mean, I don't know, like, Harvey is not a duster, but they're not a noble, so, you know, not the best, but not the worst. We'll go somewhere in the middle, and that should be okay.
I'll
And
take your word for that.
and then wine, well, I mean, I've never really had a taste for it. Let's just get a barrel of points at a random wine. That one!
A good choice, sir.
Fantastic. You do ale?
I do ale. I do your own house ale.
Excellent, great! I'll take, 1, 2, 3, I wonder if Nar will be back. Nar will be back, so 1, 2, 3, 4 dwarves, 8 barrels!
8 barrels, of course, sir.
Well,
Is there anything else I can get for you?
do you have, like, the biscuits? Do you sell the biscuits here?
I don't sell biscuits, no. I sell fine wine and good beer.
Hmm. Alright, well then, that's a pleasure. Have them delivered to the palace tomorrow. Either on the Idukan account or the Emperor's account, whichever one wants to pick it up.
Of course, sir. I will send it your way.
A pleasure! Genuinely, this one was actually a pleasure. Thank you. See you later.
And she just bows with a nod.
I wonder why everyone seems to stock our house ale.
At this point, you are a wealthy family. They just don't know what's a must be overrun. Plus, no one drinks it.
Great, so the last thing I'm gonna need is to go and grab some donkeys.
carry our 8 barrels of ale.
Why do we need donkeys?
Well, donkeys are hardier than horses. They should make it through some more of the rough patches, and they're cheaper too, so if we lose them, you know.
You're not gonna get them.
But what about horizontal, vertical, and diagonal?
Oh,
What
they're
about
fine
that?
horses, but you don't want horses pulling carts like this. You need mules, more strength.
More stubbornness.
Maybe even cattle. A good bull.
Shouldn't we look more majestic? I'm not here. I'm just wondering.
Like, Guzgid's having this conversation in his head.
Oh, okay.
Are you,
He just hear Huldra like, oh.
are you heading back to the palace, or?
No, I'm gonna go and try and buy some ox to pull the
Oh,
carts.
You're actually gonna go try and buy some ox. It's getting late at night. There don't seem to be many places open.
Yeah, I'm gonna wander out to the nearest, I don't know, there's gotta be a farm ambassador here. What do they call them places? A farm shop? A farm place in town?
I mean,
I'm sorry, a farm ambassador?
Yeah, you know, like someone who comes into town to be like, hey, we represent the farmers.
that sounds like there's some sort of farming cult from Somerset. That's
Well, there might be. I mean, how'd you know there's not, eh? Look, can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
I mean, this is we're role playing a fantasy game. I mean, there could be a farmer cult. What do I know?
Not in Dragon Age, there is.
Maybe it is in Bane. I'm gonna DM the next Dragon Age. The main plot is gonna be a cult farmer.
So,
Sorry, what?
go on.
Say you can wander the outskirts and you can see the odd person with cattle, but that's it.
You there!
Yes,
How much to buy your ox?
this is my ox. This is my livelihood.
How much is your livelihood worth?
I don't know. You're going to pay me monthly?
Possibly. Hell, yeah, why not?
Why do you want my ox?
To pull some carts, of course.
Don't you want fine Ole horses?
No, these are supply carts. You need something sturdy, something with a lot of manpower, something that can make it through the mud and stuff.
Where do you, like, and this farmer sort of puts his hand on this, like, so where do you intend to take Bessie?
To the hinterlands. Perfectly safe up there.
And he sort of wraps like his arm around his kind of. I don't think I want to give her to you.
Well, fair enough. You can't say I didn't offer.
It's okay, Bessie. Like,
Do you know where I can buy more ox?
It's. I think you would be fine with Olesian steeds.
I'll go and buy some steeds.
You have steeds.
I want more. Fine, I'll make do with the steeds I've got. I'm heading back to the palace in a huff. Damn their legions and their stubbornness.
Okay, you head back to the palace, and as you are arriving back, you can see some people are loading some of the supplies that you already had into a cart as you pass them in the courtyard, and heading back towards the room, you see your group.
Guzgid will be so disappointed. He's like, God damn it, I told them to deliver tomorrow.
You see your group start down the end of the corridor. Ariana in last place, like disappearing around this corner.
Would I be compelled to follow them, or?
I don't know, you're good.
I mean, Guzgid doesn't know there's anything wrong, right? Nara's gone off,
Mm-hmm.
probably herb gathering as far as Guzgid's concerned, or whatever they do. he's done some shopping. Everything's fine. They've got a long journey tomorrow. What sort of time is it?
It's like coming up to late evening.
Late
You
evening?
walk-
Time
Yeah.
for a mug of ale, a nice warm bath, because we're not going to have one for a while. And then bed. Ready for travelling. That's good, kids' plan.
Yeah, you can. What? You're gonna go into the room?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the rooms.
Yeah, you head back to the room. You can see there's been some ale poured, some wine poured. You can also see like what looks to be a tray of food that has been decimated.
Oh, I'm guessing trouble was here. You know, I'm going to pick up the cup of wine. I'm just going to sniff it.
The what? Sorry.
The wine.
Yeah, you sniff it, and it smells like good Orlesian wine. You probably hate it.
No. Why? No, I'll stick with the ale. I'm gonna grab my mug of ale and I'm gonna go and sit down in this nice warm bath.
Yeah, that happens to already be run for you.
Well, wasn't
Yeah.
like Javier in here just a while back? Like,
Yeah,
slightly dirty water. That's fine.
yeah. No one else is in there. But that's
Are there any
alright.
servants about?
No.
Oh, damn it.
Even the healers got up and left.
I suppose there was just a big, scene, so I guess everyone's busy. I'd love some fried nug right now, though.
You heathen. So we're gonna hop over to the others who you've been guided. Are you guiding them back to this room, Harbeck and Huldra?
Yeah, we are like quickly.
We're
or at least
power
Harbeck
walking.
Harbeck is like basically running to keep
Yeah.
up with Uldra's power walk.
Yeah, I was
like-
just about to say I'm probably walking normal, and Harbeck is like behind with his tiny little legs.
Yeah, you can head back to this room. The door is swinging on its hinges. And you see Alias almost being supported by Ariana walking down this corridor. And you enter the room to where this mirror is. That smiley face still.
And
and it says Harbeck was here. And I feel like as they come in, Harbeck is like trying to reach it, but Huldra wrote it, so he can't quite, and he's just kind of like the tips of his fingers just brushing through the dust, and he looks back. Oh, yeah. So this is the mirror.
also, I'm gonna go to Harbeck and like make sure she doesn't touch it.
No, yeah, I know. We don't want another. God, I hope that kid's all right.
He's fine. He's fine.
I'm sure he's okay.
So behold.
Yeah, this is it. Pretty creepy, right?
It's a mirror. Like Ariana's sort of looking up at it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No reflection.
Think about
Harvey stomps up to it, puts an ear against it, and like knocks on it. Hello?
that. I didn't think about that.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
Da-da-da.
On a 10, you don't really hear anything, but for a brief second you think you hear whispers. But you're not sure if that's like Harbeck breathing heavily or trouble sneezing again.
Shh, everyone, be quiet. Hello?
And Alia steps through like all of you.
Oh,
I want to ready an action to not let her touch the mirror, so basically grapple her if she gets
Yeah, I've
like.
never seen one of these before. In fact, I didn't know if they truly existed.
Do you know what it is?
It's an Eluvian.
Bless you.
An Eluvian. And she's just looking up and like you can see she's in awe of this thing. Why is it here?
do they normally eat small elf children?
Small dwarfs.
They don't eat anyone. They're
Mm,
gateways.
there it
Oh.
is.
There we go.
Gateways
So,
to where?
To the crossroads. Or so they say, no one's ever been there. Well, maybe
Gateways
not
to
until now.
the crossroads?
Yeah.
Crossroads of what and what?
Don't you read?
I mean, I used to read the memories back in the day, but I mean,
Okay, well, there's this tale of these Eluvians that were created, and they're like gateways. It's how, and she sort of second guessed, looking at you, whether she should be saying this, but she's also looking for Nara. She's like, it's how the elves got around.
okay.
It's how we traveled safely.
It's how the.
That's why the
Alright.
kid went through.
That's why Terrell fell through it. Yeah.
but why? How could Nara go through?
Who was the healer they went with?
I think that it was an elf. Yeah.
Most of the servants were elves, so they would blend right in. It's possible.
I mean, I don't know how it works. I don't know.
Well, maybe
well, I
she
mean-
should be touching it. We
Yeah,
should
Ter-
all hold hands or something.
But do we want to leave? Is the question. Aren't we gonna
Well-
leave with the Emperor tomorrow? If we is gone,
I mean, yeah, that we might do that, but Nara and Terrell are in there. I mean, I'm not just gonna leave them.
Thank you very much, Pickled Eggs, for your subscription with Twitch Prime. You have a reroll to gift to a player of your choice.
And you can see Trouble is barking around this mirror, like he's bounding and jumping around this mirror, sniffing away.
Exactly what he said. This, whatever this is, if it takes us to some crossroads, that means that Nara was taken under some circumstances that we don't know into these crossroads, and Terrell fell in there and hasn't just popped back out. So if we can go in there, I want to go in there. I want to find Nara and Terrell, and yeah.
Well, we better get a move on if we want to come back before we have to go tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fair. Where? And Hardback looks at him and he's like, where is Gersgeard?
it was gonna go and get supplies.
Oh my.
So
People are just popping off left and right. This is,
I can
Okay.
try and figure this out. But with warning, if we go through, I don't know what's on the other side, and it's stories I was told as a child, not fact. I don't know what this is. I didn't know
yeah.
they existed, if they existed.
I mean, given the amount of willies this thing has given me, I think that's sounds about right. Trouble. Hey, look at me. Eyes on me. Go back to the room. Find Gersgeard if he's there, or wait for him if he's not. Bring him here. We're gonna wait maybe 10 minutes before we do this. Let's all think about what we're doing. If we're going in this thing, I want us all to be here.
And he sort of does like a bark and bounds out of the room, tearing along the corridor. You see him as he tries to round the corridor, he slips and almost falls over, hitting the wall, but quickly steadies himself. And Gersgeard, have you closed the door on the
What?
bathroom?
No, that's what other people do.
Yeah. You can hear something bound into the room, like a happy bark. And you can hear this nose sniffing. And as you sit in this bath with this ale, this huge force flies through the air and lands on top of you in this bath and starts to lick your face.
Yeah, I drop the mug of ale in the water, and I'm like, it's about time we got you in here, boy, and I start, like, scrubbing the dog.
Yeah, and he's loving it. Like he's just enjoying this moment. But he does once it's almost like he enjoys it for a bit and then clocks what he's actually supposed to be doing and just starts barking at you.
Hey,
Right
stop!
in your
Stop
face.
it! Stop barking!
And he keeps going, and he like puts both of his paws on your chest.
No. Now, I do the scrubbing. You don't have the mandibles for scrubbing.
And he looks at you, and he puts very delicately his teeth around your beard and starts to pull.
Hey now! Bad trouble, big trouble, bad trouble, bad dog.
He gets out of the bath dripping in like these bubbles and this wet, and starts pulling you by the beard like out of the bath.
All right, I'm coming. Damn it. What do they got for robes around here?
Are you gonna enter the crossroads in a dressing gown?
Well, I haven't got any armor.
Yes, you do.
No, I was wearing formal attire.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, but I also said things were sent to your room.
Oh, brilliant. I'll head up to the room then. Look, I'm gonna get changed, dog, okay? Give me a minute.
Won't, like, even if you walk into the main room, he won't let go of the beard and he's like guiding you.
Just pick up the dog.
So, and he is shocked. It's like a.
Right, we're gonna go get changed. Maybe we can find something for you to wear, too.
Wait, isn't the dog just as big as Guskid?
Yes.
How does this look like? What
Exactly.
what is this?
Bearsgear is very strong.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you're strong, if you're not like if you're smaller than the object.
Guzgid just sort of like, I mean, you've seen ants, right, that can carry massive things 10 times their weight. Guzgid's sort of doing that. He just chucks the dog over his shoulder, like, come on!
Is the
Dog
palm,
facing
like,
backwards.
dragging on the floor? It's just...
And this dog is soaking wet. You are soaking wet.
Oh, I'm sure someone will mop it up. They have people for that, I'm sure.
You can find your chevalier uniform that was sent up for all of you.
Do I want to be wearing a chevalier outfit around the palace? Well, the meeting's over. Well, saying that, I did also manage to do the whole fight yesterday without really wearing any armor.
He starts barking madly.
All right, damn it, I'll put myself in the chevalier armor. And I put on like some undergarments, then some chain, and then put the chevalier plate on top. As for you, sit still. And I'm gonna grab like a paintbrush. I'm gonna draw
He's got leather armor on right now.
I'm gonna paint the leather armor really badly. Like I've seen Mabari war paint. This is not it. This is like a child trying to do Mabari war paint. Guzgid has no creativity. So like there's like it's like an unhappy face because it's war paint. So like he's trying to draw lightning bolts, but it's more like swishes.
Swishes.
Guzgid has no creativity. He's like, there you go. Now you're ready for war. And ruffles his head.
He looks happy about it, to be honest.
Right now, sit still. I'm gonna do your face.
How are you doing his face?
I'm gonna put like Marco Grouch eyebrows on, and then paint the corners of his mouth with like extra fangs. There you go.
Yeah, you can do that. And again, there's like a happy bark. And he pulls on your beard again.
Hang a minute, let's just do your whiskers. I'm gonna give him a Malcho Gras, a Charlie Chaplin moustache. There we go. Now you're ready. Let's go.
And he bounds along the corridor towards this open door. And Harbeck, you see Guzgid, very wet hair but dressed in a chevalier thing, and your dog, who stands by the door and quickly shakes off so you will get sprayed in water. But
Oh my god.
he has a new look.
Hey, what am I seeing here? What is this?
I updated his war paint for you, and I'm like wringing out my beard.
Oh,
Harvey lets out a huge belly laugh.
I can't. This is a noble animal. This is
This is animal abuse.
This is thank you.
So it's a war beast, and now it's got war paint.
Why?
He had war paint before. I did him with the. It doesn't matter. This is fine.
He came
looks
in the bath and
terrifying.
all got washed off.
He jumped in trouble.
And you can see this dog just.
All right.
Don't worry, I redid it for you. It's nearly as good as before.
Well, that's. Yes, thank you. That's very kind of you.
You're very welcome.
Trouble, you and I are gonna talk about that later. Gersgeard and Harbeck points at the mirror and he says, "We got a situation." Nara.
No, that's a mirror, not a situation.
Oh.
Ha ha ha
I
ha.
opted to bring you in on this. We could have, it's fine. Look, Nara and the kid Terrell, they went through this mirror, like some kind of gateway, I guess. We don't know where they are, but they have not come back. So we're figuring out whether or not we go in after them, or I don't even know. There isn't really an alternative.
We figure out a way to get inside in the first place. Harvey is all over the mirror, like leaning against it like this and just knocking on it over and over again. She's just constantly looking for a way in.
Would you
Ollie
please
is like-
stop touching it?
Well,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't this look elven?
Oh my! Like Alia's just like. Ooh.
No, yeah, it's definitely it's definitely elven.
Right.
Arlia, I think, could
And-
probably get us through it.
And they're both elves.
Someone give this man an award. Like Alia's sort of just from the side as she's
No,
shot
don't.
out.
If it's an
Don't
elven
worry
item,
anything.
and 2 elves have gone through, they've probably got it in hand. We can carry on as normal. They'll join us later.
All right. I fully accept that this was a mistake and it was on my part. I'm sorry.
Well, look,
I
if you
just
lost
thought
a
it would be
dwarf
nice
to
to
a
have another axe if we get in trouble.
Harbeck,
Just don't mind him. I think we should all just go on through, go find our friends.
look, let's put it this way. If you lost 2 dwarves to a Tig, would you send a team of elves to go and extract them?
Okay, well, no, that's a whole. Where would I find?
It's exactly the
elves
same
in a
thing.
horse
This
farm?
is
I'm
an
not gonna-
elven Tig, and you're gonna send a group of dwarves to go and try and save them. We don't know what we're
Yeah.
doing.
No one else is gonna do what. You want to find a contingent of Dalish rangers to go? We don't have time for this. We're gonna. Okay.
Whilst
Gersgear,
you are
thank you for your
both
time.
Arguing, Harvey, you see Alia step up, and she's holding, like, just putting her hands on the mirror, sort of like how you were looking at it, and you hear her start to mumble some words, and the ones that seem to come out most are Andaran Ashtathan, and almost at that moment, it's like a shimmer goes across this mirror, like a purple shimmer. She even steps back, like, oh, and reaches out with her hand as it disappears through the mirror. And she pulls her hand
Wait.
out quickly again.
Oh, something's happening.
What did you?
See, this is exactly what I mean. We don't know anything about this thing. This is probably like them, I don't know, opening the door to a Tig, you know, just pressing
what
the
are
key
you
into
talking
the
about?
slot.
This is exactly what we thought would happen.
Then why is everyone looking shocked?
Who's looking shocked? I look around.
Looks at Harbeck and Harvey, who are both like doing the whole thing.
But Ray's
Lord.
like, I've seen worse.
Ariana takes a step back. But Alia, you just see as she puts her hand through and pulls it back, it's just like, Nara! And she walks straight through.
No, come on. We're
the
supposed.
mirror.
I grab her.
Can you do a sleight of hand, please?
I did a ready action.
She's stepping through, so you can.
Yeah, I know.
Roll a 3d6 plus your dex, because I'm gonna roll her dex as well. Where is it? 16.
16. Oh my god, dexterity was it? No.
It's like a slight. I can't remember what it is on there.
I guess it would be dexterity.
Dexterity
Because
sleight of
it's not-
hand, yeah.
I don't think I have this. I can't see a sleight of hand.
It would be a focus if you have that focus.
Oh yeah, I don't have it, so I'm just gonna have +1 on that. Oh my god, you roll so well. This is 16!
Oh.
Yeah. 16. She steps through, and your hand goes through as you hold onto hers.
And I hold on to Huldra.
And I grab Harvey.
Chain!
And everyone
Good
just...
skid. Skid sighs, walks back into the last room, gathers up Nara's bow and arrow if no one else has done yet.
We already have it.
Oh, Holger's already got them.
Also, I'm holding a bottle of wine in one of in one hand. I'm bringing the wine with me.
I'll call for a servant. Anyone. Just to take a message to the Emperor. Look, can you tell the Emperor to get someone getting that train of wagons up to the hinterlands as soon as possible. I don't know where this thing's gonna come out, but we can catch up to it. It's gonna need to get a head start. It'll slow us down in a way.
Sorry
You
about
got that? You got that, kid?
Uh-huh.
Right, say it back to me.
There's literally a chain of people falling into a mirror.
Can you take
And
this
he
very
repeats
important message?
everything back to you about the hinterlands, I suppose.
Okay, do it now.
Go! And then, whilst everyone else is being pulled through all dramatically, Guzkin's just gonna like calmly walk up to the mirror. Are they still falling through or are they gone?
They're slowly walking in. It's like they're being pulled in.
Oh, I got a queue still, damn it, I thought I'd covered this. Alright, I'll just join the back of the queue.
Yep.
Looking disgruntled.
And Harbeck, as you're slowly being pulled in, you see Trouble launch himself through this mirror with his nose going wild. And you all step into this darkness. You all sort of fall down onto this cobbled, what feels like a cobbled street. And the sky is dull. The air is cold. Everything just seems to be grey. You can see a few trees here and there, but they look dead and blackened. As you look out over this cobbled street, you see maybe 1 or 2 buildings that look like they've fallen to bits, almost like temples. You could guess they were that as they've fallen. And in the distance, you see 1 mirror, 2 mirror, 3 mirror, and you can see all of these mirrors spaced out at this crossroads.
Harbeck is literally stock still.
I am
Oh.
not impressed.
He's let go of everyone and is just staring at all of this. And he's like, what?
Is there any kind of labeling or anything on the mirrors?
Absolutely nothing. Some of them are decorated differently to the one that you had. Some of them have a very twisted frame with what looks like maybe some of the trees have sprouted up and grown around them to create the frame. Some of them have some very dark images.
And I try to listen, like, after voices on or anything, really.
Mhm. Yeah, roll for me, please.
Yes. Perception, I guess.
Yes, please.
Yes, that's not a 2, that's a 1 then. 12. Ugh.
On a 12, you don't hear anyone in like specifically, but you do hear whispers everywhere. And sorry, go on.
And I guess no one's there.
There's no one there.
Spoopy.
And Harbeck, that voice in your pocket again. That voice is louder.
My hand just kind of instinctively goes to it and fidgets with it for a bit idly while I look around, and then I take it out and I look down at it.
It seems to be warmer than normal, but you're not sure if that's because where you are is so cold and it just feels warm from your pocket, but it is warmer than usual.
And Harbeck is just gonna, he just kind of stares at it and gets lost in it for a bit. And just starts kind of idly shifting things with no real goal.
As you move it around, you just hear Harbeck.
Is it coming from the cube, or is it coming from...
It's coming from the cube.
Okay.
Do I see him taking that thing out?
You probably see him if you're looking around. Ariana is currently shouting for Tyrell, sort of wandering and having a look around. And Alia is confused and stood there. And it looks like maybe she's trying to track Nara because she's on the ground and trying to look around.
I stomp up to Harbeck and I almost trying to slap the cube out of his hand, but mostly just to grab his wrist and wake him up and put that damn thing away right now.
Ooh. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. And he puts it back in his pocket.
She gives you a look, a mom knows best look. Don't touch that thing.
Yeah, no, yeah. What is this place?
Guzgid is kind of surprised, but also isn't surprised. Guzgid was fully expecting to come in here and be totally bamboozled, so they are bamboozled, but it's the expected bamboozled, when he's like, oh look, it's a mystery that none of us can solve, who would have guessed? So he's sort of not answering Harbeck, but just looking at him, and it's as though his look is trying to say, what, you don't know what to do, we're out of our depth, who would have guessed?
Yeah, that's... Okay, don't look at me like that, alright.
Well,
okay, I get it, I dragged you into a weird elf dimension, and everything's a little... Arlia, do you have any idea how we're supposed to find someone in this?
And Alia is sort of looking up, I have never been here before. I mean, these, and she points out to all of the mirrors, they're just more gateways.
Well, we do have trouble. Can't he do the tracking again?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. And I look at Trouble and I'm like, do you smell anything, boy? Do you know where Terrail or Nara might have gone?
And Trouble is actually looking up at you after having his nose pressed to the ground. You can see him moving around. It's like he goes in one direction, looks a bit confused, and then actually goes back in the other direction. But he does seem to be onto something. And Alia turns to Holdra. Can I have her bow and quiver, please? I have
Sure.
nothing. Thank you.
There you go. And I take a swig from the wine bottle.
Yeah, she sort of puts it on, and she looks nervous. And Ariana, you can tell, looks nervous as well. And Trouble starts to walk. Snuffle, really.
Yeah.
Weaving in and out of this place.
Yeah, Harbeck's just right behind him.
It seems like we're following trouble wherever we go. Oh!
And,
And wherever we go, trouble's not far behind.
Yeah.
Oh.
You through this place, and as I said, the sky is grey. It's very clouded. And you walk for a long time, and you can see these mirrors. You can see that Trouble goes up to one of the two of these mirrors, really sniffs at it, and then sort of recoils and keeps going. But you pass these, and they're very close, some of them.
I'm just gonna. Harbeck just shouts out Terrail's name. Just, Terrail. Nara. And I'm gonna roll a perception to see what I can hear in terms of just like the whispers and everything. 3d6 plus what's my perception? 1. Oof.
Oof, indeed.
9, again, it's... You can hear those whispers, and you're not sure anymore if you're hearing the whispers from the cube or you're hearing it from around you. As you wander, you think one of these whispers is coming from the mirror to your left.
He just kind of walks up to it. What's the frame of it look like?
The frame seems to be a very sort of static frame. It is very rigid. There's like some of them have got very swirly patterns all over them. This one seems pretty simple but rigid.
Harbeck, what's Trouble doing right now?
Trouble is still sniffing around.
Harbeck kind of looks and sees if anyone is paying attention to him, and then he just kind of pokes his head through this mirror.
You can't poke your head through the mirror, but
He
you
just
can get
knocks his head into it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you sort of get super close to it. Like it's almost like you're about to go through,
Mm-hmm.
and then a Darkspawn's face comes up
Oh,
to meet you. And
Ew.
you're not sure if it sees you or not, but it's white eyes. It's like it's sniffing the glass. And its hands are on the glass as it's like scratching down. You can hear that almost like a screeching of it as it runs down. You think
Looks like
it
we got
can
a
sense
new
you,
friend.
he
but
takes
it can't
like
see you.
he like takes many steps back and then probably trips and falls and just kind of like skitters away from it. Oh,
Arbeck, you okay over there, buddy?
yeah, I just yeah, no, I'm fine.
You look terrified.
No, that's just my face. And he
I have
stands
seen
up.
your face, and you usually don't have a terrified face.
Yeah, we're not gonna use this mirror. I want to get out of here. I think I'm kind of sick of being in this place. Have we found anything at all?
Alia, why don't you use those fancy words you used to start the other mirror up? See what happens.
I've tried it on some of them, and you have seen her walk up and mutter the same words, but it's sort of like it's like some of them are closed, blocked. I don't know. And then there's this one, and she leads you over to this mirror that is very twisted. Like it's almost like the mirror itself has shifted slightly, where there's trees grown up around it. This one, and you can just see it's been completely shattered. It's like I can see something through it, but I think it's been broken for a reason.
I want to try to look through it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
Still 1. It's a 9.
On a 9, you can't pick out anything really, but you can just see almost like a distorted shape. One, because the glass is shattered, but it looks like it's just dark, and it looks like maybe there was a city there. Something's there, but could be anywhere.
I draw a little sad face on the thing.
And Harvey, I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Okay.
Get higher than 9.
Well, Emily, you have a reroll.
So do you.
I've already used mine.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, last time.
Okay. Was there, I think. And you don't hear anything particular, but you think you can hear footsteps running.
From any particular direction?
You can't tell.
Something's coming. I think it's either coming or going. I'm not sure.
What does that? What does that mean?
I hear little footsteps.
Okay. I would have assumed that when our stuff was sent back, Harbeck would have like got out of his ball attire and put on his old armor and his shield and stuff. So yeah, he just slings his shield down and takes his maul and kind of starts looking around.
Harvey takes out a dagger and tries to look very intensely through the mirror that Alia pointed at.
Yeah, roll a perception for me.
Okay.
You can do it.
No!
What? They're all getting worse and worse.
You pretty much see what Huldra sees, if not a bit fuzzier. Like, you think it's moving, like you can see something, not something like someone in particular, but as if you're seeing this scene. And those footsteps don't seem to be coming from the mirror, but they're coming from somewhere.
Okay. Well, then I turn my back to the mirror and instead just look around this empty room.
Alra does the same. She also looks like up and underneath. She's like, this is a weird dimension. They can come from above.
That's a good point, actually. Are all the mirrors like
they're all
on
straight.
one level?
Yeah, they are all on one level.
So it's not like multiple tiers or on the ceiling or the floor.
No, this is like it's almost like a huge cobbled street that goes on, never ending.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no end.
I mean, you notice as you walk, if any dust or dirt is kicked up, it's like it goes up and slowly drifts down.
Harvey just starts shouting, Terrail, Nara, are you trying to find us? We're here.
You hear those footsteps getting closer and closer, and like a whimpering.
Hello?
Oh, Terrail.
Terrail?
And all the way in the distance, you see Terrail like looking around.
Harbeck's gonna like run towards him. Hey, Terrail, over here, come on.
And like Trouble bounds towards him as well, and so almost takes him out as he's so happy to see him. But he runs over to Harbeck, and he can't help but just like grab you nervously, like throws his arms around you and starts looking. He's like,
There's something in here. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I thought it was Nara, but it's not Nara.
Harbeck's kind of got him in like kind of a hug with his like shield kind of over him a little bit, and he's just kind of looking around like, yeah, I kind of thought we would run into something eventually. And he looks down at Trail and he's like, are you okay? Are you all right?
Yeah, but there's something in here. I thought it was Nara, that's why I followed it, and it wasn't Nara.
Did you see it? Did you see anything?
Like a shadow.
Oh. All right, Terrell, you get behind me. Get near Ariana, okay?
He doesn't let go of you, he just shifts, like, around you. And
Aw.
Ariana steps forward and puts, like, a hand on his shoulder.
Thank you very much to Isriver, who donates for a minor magical item for the kid.
It's River. Like, I just have so much.
Why not a magical arm?
Harbeck kind of looks at Ariana like, can you, Terrell, you gotta let go. I'm so sorry, but I need to,
Okay.
thank you. And Harbeck stops and turns and he looks around and he's like, Arlia, what do the stories say about the crossroads? Are there things that live here?
It's an in-between. It's how the elves get from one place to another. It's how the Dalish cross. But, I mean, I guess something could be in here. But they must be just trying to find another door to get out to where they're going. That's all.
Maybe.
We're trying to keep other people from traveling around.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. We need to find what door Nara went through and we need to get out of here now.
And Trouble's nose is still to the floor. And he's off. He's got, like, Nara's. He sort of sniffed Terrell, and he's sniffing.
Nice.
Well. And you walk for a long time. You constantly feel aware that you feel like you're being watched. This air is cold, and everything around you is grey. Harvey, please make a perception check for me.
Stick around. I might be able to teach you a few things.
Doing my best, guys.
Pass it.
Thank you very much. Jagons Gold, who subscribes with Twitch Prime, you also have a reroll to gift. If you have Twitch Prime and you're not subscribed to anyone, you have a subscription waiting there that you can gift to anyone. Doesn't have to be me. You get one a month. Thank you very much for using your Twitch Prime here.
And on a 14, out the corner of your eye, you see someone walking between the mirrors. Just walking.
I immediately stop and I tell them, hey, you, stop.
The dwarf stops.
What?
And who might you be?
There's a slow turn of the head as it looks at you. You see your husband.
She's frozen.
Have
Mostly
any of
'cause
the
they-
rest of you stopped?
Yeah, I would have, as soon as she addressed someone, I would have stopped and I'm looking at this person. Would I have any reason to have ever recognized Harvey's husband?
You don't see Harvey's husband.
Oh, I thought that was your answer. Who do I see?
You see a darkspawn.
Hmm.
Arms sort of hanging low, dragging across the floor. Its mouth hung open, and you hear that hiss. That sort of, it's more like an inner growl.
Is that what all of the rest of us see?
If you're stopping and looking too, no.
Hmm.
You know, I don't think Osgood would stop and look.
Yeah, Holra would also stop and look.
I don't think Osgood would. He's sort of resigned to this, but not really wanting to be part of it. You know, the sulky kid thing, like, I'm here.
Harvey is still kind of stunned and in shock, but does anyone see anything right over there between those mirrors?
And Harbeck, like, just assuming that she's talking about the darkspawn that he's looking at, he's like, yeah, I got it. Don't worry
What is
about
it? What do you see?
Harvey, all you hear is, Harvey?
With the prompt, Osgood would look.
It's looks like a darkspawn. Like something I've never seen, but something I also know.
Because good, you don't see a darkspawn. You don't see Harvey's other half. You see the body of a Grey Warden laying down, eyes looking towards you, very open.
I just see a corpse.
What does Huldra see?
Huldra, are you looking as well?
Yeah.
Huldra, you see there, not, this is someone you don't necessarily recognize. This is a dark figure stood there, hood up, palms out, and in each hand they hold something red. Shards. And like Terrell's like, you can still, he's sort of holding on to Harbeck again, like that's it.
Yeah. That
I
yeah.
don't like it. And he sort of runs straight to Ariana and just shoves his head like on her side.
What do we
Rictus? Is that you?
Harvey. It's like he's looking at you, but he's not. And as he turns to look at you, his eyes are white.
Oh.
Harvey, I don't think that's Rictus. I think that's, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Rictus, where are we? Where are you?
And it's like a voice that's not his own. A sort of a hiss and a low voice, just leave.
Okay.
And for each of you, what you see, other than Guzgid, this figure, this person turns and starts to walk back the path it was doing, and Guzgid, you see this corpse get up and walk.
Well, I'm gonna walk up to it and attack it.
You want to walk up to her and attack it?
It's time to go. Don't interfere with that thing.
I mean, it's clearly a something. Could be blocking our path to Nara.
As soon as Gersgeard like moves forward, Harbeck just like grabs him by the probably just like at the bicep. He looks at him and says, "Gersgeard, we're leaving. That thing, I don't know what it is, but we're not gonna engage it. We're gonna find what door we need. We're gonna get out of here now."
It isn't close to you, like it is quite a distance. When Harvey spotted it, it's like out the corner
Right.
of your eye.
Also, it's not like on the cobbled street.
No, it's on the cobbled street, but this cobbled street, it's not it's almost like a giant courtyard. This spans miles.
Right. So it's like a big open area. It's not a narrow path.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Harbeck says, "Trouble. Find that door."
And
Alright, I'm not gonna engage it, but I'm not gonna ignore it either. If it starts coming towards us, I'll keep an eye on it.
Harbeck just nods.
and at that, Terrell just moves over to Guzkid, just hearing that he will attack it if it comes any closer.
Before we start heading out, Rictus, please. We'll leave, but where did our friend go?
And as you see Rictus, he turns and looks at you and just raises an arm and points. And you can see where trouble is headed. It's almost a speck in the distance, but you see a mirror that's lit up, not glowing, but it's not like a warm light. It is a cold, that same purple shimmering light. He drops his arm and turns and keeps walking.
Thank you. And Harvey starts leading them to the mirror. I don't know if we can trust whatever that was, but this is where trouble seems to be going anyway. Let's follow.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm with you.
You can walk.
I feel like Harbeck he starts as a walk and it just starts getting faster.
Yeah, Ariana is sort of, she has her sword drawn and she's at the back. And she's walking, not like quicker like you are, but she keeps turning round and checking behind her. And any of you that look around, you will see maybe one or two more of these shadows, these things that depict what you said. But again, not close to you. They're just walking. They don't seem to be looking to you. And you see Alia drop back to Rail and grab his hand, like wrap it in his hand and hold their hands together. And she walks steadily with you all as you edge closer and closer to this mirror. And Alia looks at what did you all see?
Harbeck, he just says a dark spawn. A horrible dark spawn. Something I haven't seen before.
What about you?
What did you see?
Twisted version of my husband. But it wasn't him.
No, it wasn't. What about you? And he sort of looks to Guzgid and Huldra.
Just a corpse. Walking. But a corpse, no less.
A dark magician.
Okay, well, I suggest we move quickly.
What did you see?
I will tell you when we leave. And she's sort of, you can see her picking up her pace. She's dragging this child, like, we need to go faster. She's almost like catching up with Harbeck, like she's getting this urgency of the time to go, like sort of running almost.
That hardly seems fair.
Hmm?
That hardly seems fair, Guzgid will grumble loudly.
And start to run towards this mirror. What order is everyone in? Like, who would reach there first?
I feel like Harbeck would be at the front. It's generally his position anyway, and he's rushing to get out of here.
Guzgid would be rear guard.
Harvey's probably right next to Gersgerd.
Yeah. And what about Huldra?
She is having a party in the middle. And by party, I mean trying to get away from the asses.
And Ariana is was close behind, but as soon as Guzgid and Harvey sort of take up the rear, she hurries forward towards Harbeck. And Harbeck, this mirror is shimmering, moving, and Alia looks at you, she's like, come on, through. And she takes a step through, dragging Terrell with her.
So Harbeck does his usual, and he kind of takes up a defensive position at the doorway, and he just sort of ushers everyone in. Come on, let's go.
And Trouble looks at you and sort of waits for you to go through. Is that Guzgid going through the mirror? Ariana takes one last glance, like, look back, and ducks through.
As soon as Holdra, are you going through?
Yeah, I'm off.
As soon as Holdra goes through, Harbeck looks at Trouble and he says, "Get in there, go,
And he whines a little bit.
go on now. Take care of him. Go, go, go."
And he jumps through.
And as soon as everyone is gone, Harbeck takes the cube out of his pocket and he's just gonna listen one last time.
You hear
Peter.
a deep voice. A very, very deep voice. And it's a low chuckle. It's no longer whispering words to you. It's a chuckle. It's a laugh. And it gets louder and louder and louder.
As it reaches sort of a peak, as it gets to a certain volume, he holds it out and he thinks about dropping it and just leaving it here. And he stares at it in his hand. And then he closes his hand around it and he puts it back in his pocket and he jumps through the portal.
You all step the other side and you're hit by like this wave of heat. This big wave of heat. And you look around you and you can't see the sky. You're inside somewhere, but this place almost looks like a temple. And it's carved out of a sandy stone. Everything seems to be the same color, but you stand atop this grand staircase. Everything is overgrown. You can see sort of great balconies within this place. They're not that, again, there's no windows, there's no nothing. This is carved out of this sandy stone, this rock. You can see as you look up roots coming in from the ceiling. Huge balconies that have vines wrapped all the way around them, but all of these are dead. Like if you touched them, they probably just break away easily. And Alia looks around and says, "This is probably a good place to camp."
Camp?
Well, there's no one here.
Shouldn't we keep moving?
Whatever you want.
Where is this? Are we over in like the Sea of Ash or something like that?
I don't know where this is.
Sandstone heat?
And she's looking around. I'm not sure. Wherever we are underground. It's not dark in here. You think there's a few beams of light coming in where some of the roots have broke through the ceiling, and it's almost like patches of light.
Well, we're not deep.
No. I mean, the ceiling's high, but
Maybe
Are
we
there-
should explore the area and make sure it's safe, and then maybe rest. I guess it's like late. So.
Yeah. Let's scout around just a little bit, see if we can find any tracks of Nara or someone else, whoever came through this mirror, leaving this area.
yes.
Trouble? Are we in the right place?
And Trouble sort of gives you this happy bark and does like a little spin on the spot. But he's also waiting by the mirror because he can't see Harbeck yet. Until he finally steps through. And this area before you're stood atop this grand staircase in the center is almost like for the layout wise, if it didn't look how it was, you'd almost say it was like a ballroom. But it's all carved out of this sandstone, and then you can see more steps, another grand staircase, almost the opposite of you. And what looks to be like a doorway, a closed doorway, but a doorway.
Before we start separating and exploring, Alia, what did you see?
I saw the same as Terrell, because... And she sort of looks very nervous. I don't know if it's because we were elves that we saw the same thing. We saw a giant wolf. I don't know. But it was lurking, it was there, it followed us the entire time. I could hear it saying something, but I couldn't figure it out. I was too scared.
A giant wolf?
Bigger than the Eluvians.
Can I do a knowledge of some kind?
So you
See if I know what the hell that means?
Mm-hmm. You can
Would that be cunning evaluation?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
On a 12, you don't know exactly who it is. You're a dwarf. You don't know elven mythology, as it were, but you know this is something big. Probably not, I don't want to say a god, but something old.
Maybe some kind of keeper of those gateways.
And she just nods silently, her eyes are wide and she's not very coherent. And she looks a little paler than before, and you can probably remember she's not been that well recently. And that red is sort of spread that tiny bit more down her face.
Well, we're away from it now. I doubt it's going to come through this door. If that's its job.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Why don't you take it easy, Alia? You sit here and you can set up camp and we'll search the area.
I don't want to be near the mirror.
That's fine.
And she starts walking down these grand steps. She's now got Nara's bow out, and she's kept around near to her. But she is too doing her own little bit of scouting, but she goes to the center of the ballroom. And you can see her walking around, breaking off some of this dead wood, and so anything she can find to burn.
Is this the deepest part of the cave? Are
Where
there
you
tunnels that lead
can
downwards?
see at the moment, yes, it does look to be one of the deepest parts. You can see, looks like where something has dug deeper, but not a lot deeper into the earth. But it has gone deeper.
Do any of you know of any... I mean, sandstone, we must be over in, the Hissing Wastes or the Western Approach or something. Do we know of any taigs out that way? Any, obviously, abandoned taigs now, but...
Yeah. Most of the tags west of Orzammar were lost in the Black. So, if is there any and maybe I missed it while I was away, is there any kind of imagery or symbolism denoting kind of the people who built this place?
You roll me a perception.
Okay. I also have a heraldry skill. Would that apply here at all?
Use that.
Okay. So 3D. /R 3d6 plus my cunning plus skill would be probably, I think, +3 total.
Oh yeah, 17. You can look around, and you look around this room, and you sort of walk along, brush your hands against the balconies and the bits and bobs like that, and the walls themselves. You can see carvings in them. They look very, very worn. And you actually have to pull back some roots from trees to look at them. And it's very dwarven. But this doesn't make sense. This is, as much as it's underground, it's not deep
Right.
underground. And in with these dwarven patterns, it doesn't seem fully dwarven. It's almost like part of this is dwarven, and humans have added onto it. The dwarven part looks a lot older, and you can see the entrance where it starts to go down a little bit. This looks dwarven, but the rest of it, the very elaborate side of it, where the camp is being set up, this looks pretty human.
I look to Gersgeard and to Harvey, and I say, "Yeah, this used to be dwarven. It looks like maybe humans set up around here recently. Well, relatively recently, and with an Eluvian in the middle of it. I don't know if maybe they would have brought it here, or if it's been here this whole time. I mean, it's possible this place was around while Arlathan was, before Cal Shirak abandoned that allegiance. I'm not sure. We're definitely a ways west of Orlais. Yeah, Trouble, you got anything? Do you smell Nara anywhere near here?
And he seems to be sniffing around, but he's not getting a real scent. If anything, he seems more interested in Terrail. He was wandering around, looking at things. There seems to be like broken boxes and things like that around, and he's walking in the more sort of dwarven area.
Terrail is?
Yeah, Terrail is. He's looking up at these carvings that you have just found, and he's like running his fingers through them. And he's quite short, so he's trying to kick away some of the weeds and other bits like that. And he looks down, and thank you, Isriver, as Terrail looks at and pulls up like this shirt, like a male shirt. It's tiny. It's teeny tiny, and you can tell this is probably for a young dwarf or something like that. And it looks old. It looks real old. If anything, it looks kind of rusty. But he looks over at you and he's like,
That.
Oh. Yeah. And I take it and I kind of thumb the metal. Is it dwarven make?
This looks to be dwarven make. Like these links are dwarven. This is the exact standard shape, sort of this dwarven feel of it.
Does it look like it would fit Terrail?
It looks like it probably would fit Terrail. It might be a little bit wide.
Yeah.
More than anything, but it looks like it probably would fit him.
I kind of thumb some of the rust. Well, I mean, it's better than, I guess it's better than nothing. Good find, kid. Here, this is yours. And he kind of like, he opens it up and like holds it out to like put it on him. Yeah. Here you go. Let me
just actually do it, and you see him physically drop as you drop this. He wasn't ready for how heavy it is. He's like, "Oh,
you think you can hold that up?"
And he really goes, "Yeah." And he tries to like totter back towards the towards where the campfire is. But you can see for once he's got a bit more of a smile on his face rather than a worried smile. He looks quite happy. You see him when he goes to sit down, though, he proper flumps down as he's trying to get used to this. And as much as it's rusted, he keeps looking at it, and you can see how pleased he seems to be with it.
Yeah, Harbeck kind of just watches him and then just shakes his head. Oh, all right. And so how many exits are there from this room we're in?
You've got one straight opposite from the Eluvian. You've
Uh-huh.
got one that seems to go further down. And you've also got another on the far side of the room. So it's almost like you're in a four exits. Two of the
Right.
exits would be a tunnel down, the other one is an Eluvian.
Okay. And what's Arlia doing?
Alia is sat by this campfire, and she's laying out bed rolls, and she looks tired. Tyrell is helping her, but falling over every now and then at the weight of this new sort of chainmail vest. And they're sort of getting out some food and bits and bobs like that as well.
I look to Harvey and I say, are you up for scouting this area out a bit, or do you think we should rest?
I would like to look around a little more. I'll take one of these doors.
All right. Trouble, you stay with Ariana. Okay, keep an eye on everybody in the camp, all right?
And he just sort of does quite a happy bark as it's almost like a nod to you with his, and you're sort of looking at this new war paint on his face. It looks very confusing for his expressions, and Terrell is just like scratching him on the head.
Nice. I look at Gersgear and I say, Harvey's gonna do some scouting. I don't know if you want to go with her or take up defenses here or scout another location. It's up to you, but I think, and I look at Holdra and I say, Holdra, you want to come with me and we'll check a different room? Get kind of lay of the land of this place?
Can do.
Well, Harvey, it's up to you. I mean, you're a much better scout than I am. I might slow you down, but I'll come along if you want me.
The backup would be nice.
Fair, I'll come along.
So I think you two should probably head down. Looks like I don't know, more
The middle door?
yeah. I think that'll work, and then we'll take another one.
Righto.
Before we leave, Holder will look at Terrail and say, "Be careful, boy. I heard if you wear dwarven armor, you will grow a beard."
And he immediately touches his face. Like,
and with that, she leaves.
So who's going with who? Sorry.
Harbeck and Holdra are scouting, and then Harvey and Gersgeard are scouting.
It's Team Awesome versus Team Star.
So, which way is Gizgid and Harvey going?
The north door.
So that's the door that goes down a little bit. Okay. You can start going down this. It's effectively a tunnel. It starts off as a doorway, and it looks like maybe it was a tunnel that wasn't quite finished. It looks like it was like the base of everything. You can see wooden posts propping a lot of it up. And you can see, like, here and there, a scorpion scurries overhead and disappears into this very sandy sort of textured sort of wall. And you walk down, and you can feel it get slightly cooler as you get lower and lower and lower. As you get lower, it opens up into a fairly wide room. Quite a big square room. And you will recognize the dwarven build. It's typical of it. Everything is very square. Everything has got lots of like pillar shaped type things holding up this roof. If anything, what you can guess is what's in this direction has been here longer than from where you've come from, as it looks all sort of smartened out and finished off. And you see a huge metal door, huge, like, double doors. This is big, this is solid, and the mechanical locks on this thing are ridiculous.
Any signs of recent activity inside this place?
It looks dead. It looks pretty much like nothing has been in here for ages. And this door looks like a very thick door. It's literally taking up whatever area there is down there.
Harvey like rubs her hands together like, oh, I haven't seen a challenge this big in some time.
This kid also looks quite happy.
I must admit, I'm just happy to be back underground.
That sweet stuffy air.
Sky to fall on you.
I want to approach the door and start figuring it out.
Yeah, you can roll me a perception or whatever investigation type thing you want to do with it.
How about another evaluation?
Yeah, if you're evaluating this door, of course. Yes. On a 15, you start to get to work looking at this door. Are you like trying to open it, or are you trying to just...
Yes.
Okay. Well, then we're going to hop over to Harbeck and Huldra as you head out this other door. And these have steps that go up. Not very far up, but you are going up, and you sort of go round a corner, almost like a corridor.
Okay. I am, mostly just keeping eyes open for any signs of like recent activity.
Yeah. You see a bit more, not necessarily activity, but you can see it looks almost clearer, like, and you can see against the walls, like the sand has been brushed up against the walls, but you can feel a breeze. So you sort of suspect that this is a wind that is doing this, not necessarily a person.
Oh, that's nice.
Harbeck's like, oh. He just kind of keeps walking down the corridor.
Huldra takes. She did steal what was it? A fan. And she starts to fan Harbeck.
Oh, stop it. Oh.
You feel the nice breeze.
He he pitches his hat kind of sideways so that it's like blocking the fan. Stop.
Oh, you know you like it.
No. Yeah, what do we see at the end of this corridor?
Yeah, if you go around that, you see light around this corridor. Natural light, it looks to be like sunlight more than anything else.
Weird, wasn't it an evening when we left?
I feel like, yeah, it definitely was. Oh, man. All right.
Is the sun high, or is it low, or is it...
You can't tell from just seeing it around the corner.
Are we on the other side of Earth?
Well, I don't know what Earth is, but we may have traveled quite a distance, yeah. And I'm just going to walk until I come to the light or until I need to turn.
Yeah, you walk up around this corridor and you see, like, it opens up onto this platform, like this balcony, again carved out of the same stone, and it's just like a big gap. And you look out over this wasteland, this dead earth beneath you, all these, like, you can see this like a smog, a smoke, this, and it makes you want to shield your nose as you sort of, this stinks like really bad, and if anything it makes your lungs feel tighter. And you can see that this balcony is carved into the side of probably a cliff face, because you still have a lot covering you.
Hmm.
You don't have to back away. It's not that potent, but you can smell it as you look
Yeah.
out.
Is it like a natural wasteland, or does this look like a blighted wasteland?
This looks natural. You can
Okay.
see almost like caverns and stuff below, but if
Hmm.
even then you're having to squint at how dense this fog is, it almost smells like a sulfur.
Uh, would I know anything about any geographic locations that might have kind of like a
You
sulfur
would
waste or something?
certainly know of the western approach.
Okay. Well, looks. Oh God. Yeah, it smells like Gersgeard was right. I think we are somewhere in the western approach, which means we are quite a ways away.
But I mean, we can always take the mirrors back, right?
Theoretically, yeah, but I mean, did you keep track of which mirror we originally came through? I don't want to go back in that place and get lost. It's a miracle we even made it out.
I have a pretty good memory. Maybe.
He he just looks up at her and he just kind of glares and he's like, "You have a pretty good memory, maybe."
Maybe. In general, I have a good memory. When it comes to a big, infinite
Mm-hmm.
dimension with mirrors,
Mm-hmm.
I never really tried it.
Yeah, I don't really want to risk it or ever go in that place ever again. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's double back to camp and see if
Uh,
Gersgeard or
Alice.
Harvey found anything.
Yes?
Yeah. Could you see when you're looking through the mirror? Can you see like a little bit of the other side?
Not really. Not unless it allows you.
Oh, okay. Gosh darn it! Because otherwise, we could look for a little sad dude, and Harbeck was here. Mirror. But you know.
You stand looking over this wasteland. And you feel almost like a cooling gust of wind briefly as huge wings overhead glide over. This is you looking out as you see this huge dragon swoop over this wasteland. In the distance you can see it land atop this cliff face and let out this mighty roar.
Holoroyd doesn't say anything. She just like takes Harbeck and slowly backs down.
Is it does it look like a natural dragon or does it look like the archdemon that we saw?
It looks like a natural dragon.
Yeah, Harbeck just backs up with Holdra, and as soon as we are kind of like in the shadow of the tunnel, he just turns around and books it back to camp.
Oh yeah, Holoroyd is like turns
No,
around.
no.
Yeah, you can run away from it can't see you. It was way in the, you literally had that shadow cast over you, cast over the wasteland off into the distance.
Yeah, let's stay on the ground, shall we?
Yeah, let's stay in. Maybe we'll just go back in the mirror. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
I have pretty
kinda
good memory
spooky, but
after all.
yeah, we could probably
Yeah.
find it. This
Yeah,
is
I
fine.
know, right?
And they just kind of like they just kind of stumble back into camp.
You can stumble back into camp and you see Terrell like looking quite happy with himself. He's got like a face full of cheese that Ariana has obviously given him, and Alia is laying down. And back over to Guzgid and Harvey. Guzgid, you see Harvey slowly working away, and it's almost like an intricate design of these huge locks, which Harvey you are tinkering with and moving and shifting. What is Guzgid doing?
Guzgid knows that he has no knowledge of locks and things, so Guzgid will be looking around to see if there's mainly being like defense and watch, not just looking the way they've came, but seeing if there's any other passageways which things could attack, or maybe holes in the ceiling, or he's been in the deep roads, he knows how this works. So he's just being watchful and protective. And also, thank you very much to Drake Iceheart, who donates £10, just money for the academy. Thank you so much, Drake.
You watch Harvey work away at this door, and Harvey, it's like you sit here for a good 15 to 20 minutes, just like, huh, and you sort of clink and clunk, and it's like that one point when you hit the right thing, and suddenly the first lock is ka-doof, and then the top one ka-doof, as they all start to slide and clunk, and you see these huge bars withdraw on this door.
Ha
That's mighty impressive.
Thank you, sir. And she's just waiting eagerly to see what's on the other side of the door.
This door slowly opens, and it looks like it suddenly dips down, like very, very deep, like it drops, and you feel that gust of cold air. And in the depths, you hear a snarl. You hear many, many footsteps. They don't seem to be coming towards you, but you can hear movement. You can't see anything in the darkness.
Wonder if this door was keeping Darkspawn back.
Yeah. Immediately going into whisper mode. Should I go forward and take a quick peek?
Up to you if you feel up to it. I mean, you're a good scout, right?
I am a good scout.
I'll be right here. If you cry out, I'll come and get you.
Alright. Let's get these doors ready. Very steadily tiptoeing down the steps. You're muted.
You're muted, Alice.
You tiptoe down these steps, and as I said, it gets cooler and cooler as you go, and these noises get louder and louder, and I'm gonna need you to make a stealth. On a 16, you can push yourself against this wall. Weapon out, you go deeper and deeper. The light from where Guzgid was is slowly disappearing as you hear footstep after footstep. And the steps you can see slowly come to a stop and level out, and you can see a light.
There's nothing, no shadows or figures moving in front of the light.
No shadows, nothing.
Do the footsteps sound like they're coming from the same space or beyond the light?
They seem to be coming from beyond this light.
Okay. I don't want to be directly in the light, so kind of like edging what it's illuminating. She goes around and gets closer to it.
You edge down further towards where you see this light. And it seems to level out. It's like you're on the edge of a cliff face and you look out forward, this massive ravine, huge ravine. Across the other side of you, you can see another, what looks like maybe a tunnel. Maybe there was a bridge here before. If it was there, it's gone now. And you hear those footsteps, almost like thundering now. This is more than one, this is more than two. And as you step forward and look down, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meters below, you see thousands of Darkspawn. As they seem to be coming together and marching.
Can I tell which direction they're going in?
Oh yeah, they seem to be, some of them seem to be flooding away from you, but it's almost like a straight line. You're seeing this big, wide ravine and they're heading off to the left. Amongst them, you see not just these darkspawn, but these huge giant ogres. They tower over the darkspawn, these horns that just protrude from the back of their head, these hulking bodies. And you hear, it's inaudible because there's so many voices coming from this. There's a lot of snarls, there's a lot of yells, there's a lot of growling. And you can hear horns being blown.
Okay.
I need you to roll another. What's it call it for me?
If it's a test, I get to reroll.
Mm-hmm.
But there's that. 14.
On a 14, you're fine. But you see this movement, and this is almost like a flood. You can't see the end of this darkspawn.
I get my way back up to Gersgerd and tell him what I saw.
Well,
I don't know. Either we lock this door back up or we find a way to bury them.
have any mining equipment with us or anything. We don't even have the supplies we were going to take to Neanderthals.
Yeah, I would very much like to blow up that cliffside and create some kind of landslide, but can't think of a way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a way myself.
Well, for now, let's lock this thing back up before they hear anything.
Do you think you could break the locks once you lock it?
Oh, yeah. Once I've broken through, I've got that forever.
That should hold them for a while at least.
I don't even know if they'll climb out of that thing. It was deep. It would take them some time to get up. Plus, they had ogres with them.
Oh, damn.
Maybe our magic-using friend can whip something up for us, but...
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Maybe we leave this door open and go and speak to them first.
I just love Jeff's face, sorry. Just no.
Let's close it up. We don't have to lock it, but let's close the door. You don't want any sound or light spilling through.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
Yeah.
And Harvey, you can close this door as easily as you opened it. You've done these locks before. It's a matter of reversing everything. And again, you'll hear that ka-choom, ka-choom, as it all starts locking up. And Guzgird, this is very much the type of door you've seen in the Deep Roads.
This definitely reminds me of my time in the Deep Roads.
All right. Should we investigate that last door or head right back to camp?
This seems pretty significant. I can't think that they've seen anything that would be more terrifying than this.
Yeah.
Let's report back. We can always check out that third door together.
Sounds good. Let's go.
And as you head back to camp, Terrell is still stuffing his face. Alia is lying down, sort of having a rest, with Ariana checking on her every now and then. Trouble is sort of on his back, being fed little tidbits from Tyrell every now and then. And you all come back together. And Harbeck, as you linger behind, you still hear that laugh. That laugh that is coming from that cube that sits in your pocket. It sits there. And underneath, you think you hear them say something. Whatever this is. But you're not sure. And that is where we will leave Dragon Age.
This is fine.
Damn.
Wow, that was.
This is fine.
That's fine. Between a dragon and a darkspawn army, we're fine.
Yes.
But which way would Nara have gone?
Where is she?
I guess we find out next week.
So,
Tune in, folks.
The hardest of Nara nopes.
This is the biggest nope Nara has done. You were right. Wow.
We probably just gonna find her having a nap underneath
yeah, she's
some
got
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The third tunnel
Yeah,
is just like a bar. You know?
Yeah, she didn't go through the mirror. She's back at the palace, wondering where the hell we are.
Yeah. They probably.
Yeah, she's gone, where the hell is it?
Where is everybody? I'm gone for 2 hours. Oh man! Wow.
So good. So good. Well, here we are at the end. Let's do our usual thing where we go around and we talk about our favourite parts, where we can find each other online, and all the other wonderful things that we do. I'm not sure which way Alice went round. I think she ended on me, so let's go this way around this time, and we will start with Nassim. Oh, hi!
Hello. Once again, I'm Nassim. I play your dwarf grandmother, Harvey. And you can find me on all the social media things at Nazgul. And also listen to my 50 Actual Play podcast, Actual Play Dungeons and Dragons podcast, The Venture Maidens, where I play a human monk who's a lot more goody-goody than Harvey is. And this coming Sunday, actually, I will also be guest spotting on a brand new podcast that my DM on Venture Maidens is starting, called Mistress of Modules. And that is going to be on Twitch, streaming live at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if you want to catch that. It's a brand new series, and there's a whole bunch of other great podcasters and gamers who are also guest spotting on there with us. So come check it out.
Sounds awesome. Thank you so much. Will that be up on like one of the many podcast apps or live? Can you give us some links?
I'll get them to you as soon as I have them. I don't have any with me right now, but since it's just brand new, I'm not sure where it's ending up. I know it's part of Nerd Immersion's channel, so yeah.
Well, we'll shout them out for now. That will do. Thank you. Next around, we have Many-Eyed Monster, Jeff.
I'm in the middle of yawning and stretching. Oh no. Hi, my name's Jeff Ellis. You can find me on Twitter at Many-Eyed Monster, where I write TTRPG supplements and modules. I just wrote and submitted a game to the Sad Mecha Game Jam on itch.io called Death Sentence. It's a little one-page journaling RPG, or I guess two-page journaling RPG, where you play a pilot who is facing an enemy fleet all alone and has accepted that they're just not going to make it. And so you get to confront all of those fun emotions. It's quite a trip. My favorite part. Oh, Harvey, did you give us a favorite part?
Oh,
I forgot,
thank you.
but thank you. There were a few. I
Right.
really love the whole scene of Gersgeard and Trouble in the bath. It was just so cute and fun, and I loved it. As well as in the mirror hallway corridor. It was very creepy and eerie, very cool imagery. Particularly the moment when Harbeck looked into the mirror and saw his reflection as a darkspawn. That really gave me the creeps, and I loved it.
Yeah, God, there were so many good moments in this episode. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I loved Gersgeard and Trouble in the Bath, and I just pictured like the little like suntan lotion girl with like the dog pulling on her trunks, like, but it's Gersgeard and it's like his beard. Oh man, my favorite part. Wow, that's so difficult. So much happened. I really liked. I kind of like the different smaller team dynamics. I like when Harbeck and Huldra pair up. Yeah, I think writing in the mirror was pretty good. The two of them finding it and just being flabbergasted. I honestly was kind of torn on whether or not Harbeck would actually like give up this cube in the face of all of this stuff, because he's starting to learn more and more about. He's starting to have a little bit more that he cares about than just being a sad boy. Yeah, dang. Giving Terrail the armor was pretty fun, and then yeah, that whole scene in the crossroads was intense. Finding Terrail in the crossroads was awesome. Actually, I think I really liked that scene too. Harbeck is softening. Yeah, I think I really just loved pretty much all of it. Yeah, and that's me.
Awesome, thank you so much. And last around, we have our Ambly. Ambly!
Hi, I'm Emily. I play the Canary Huldra. The player, Ambly, also known as Annie, I do art, I do stuff like this overlay, I do character art, I do logos now, I do everything.
It's true, she does do everything.
She does.
So, what should we... Oh, favorite moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I really, in general, liked the entire episode because it was kind of like a bit dark and creepy, and we had like several moments that was just so funny. Like everything, the bath, the mirror when we started to do the little doodles. Also, the moment when she went through the mirror and we just had a little trail of hands going into the mirror. I had a lot of fun moments. It's fun. Good like group dynamic today. I guess because we were kind of split up a bit, and then can actually interact person to person. Links. You can find my links. I have them here somewhere where you can find my art if you like art and D&D or buff women with swords. I also draw them a lot.
She does.
Sold. Everyone sold. And I've put your links in the chat so you can follow those as well. That just leaves the wonderful Alice.
Hello. I'm White Rabbit Pick. That is where you can find me on Twitter. I DM for this channel as well as play on this channel, and I'm also in 2 campaigns over on Tales from the Grim. I'm currently in their Lady Blackbird campaign, where my sweet goblin boy, who I adore and really hope Lauren doesn't kill him. And also, I'm very excited to be part of the Cypher System Highlander, which is going to be epic. So. But other than that, I think again, I like seeing more character interactions sort of slowly building. I like watching Jeff's face when I mentioned about the giant wolf. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Fantastic, thank you. And I suppose that just leaves me. My favourite bit is very similar to something Jeff said, actually, is the dynamic between the two groups. It's often something quite towards the end that we all remember, I guess, and that's very true of me today. But I love the how Huldra and Harbeck are sort of on the same level. Like, they see a dragon, they're both like, nope, let's get back, you know, whereas maybe if it was the other way around, Harvia and Guzgid still would have been like, well, do you want to go and check it out? Like, I mean, you're a good scout, right? Like, you know, like I love the difference in dynamics, and also the rapid head shaking from those two when we do stuff like that as well. Awesome. That is my favorite thing. I love the little dynamics we're all building. And I'm really looking forward as well to Avery being back to continue exploring this, you know,
hey, look, I'm a progressive noble
thing.
You got punched in the face by her.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. It was. I'm not really sure. Anyway,
Yeah! Guys, this is the Scraticus Academy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Soon we will be raiding Enter Elysium, but please stick around for these channel announcements before we go. First of all, please check out our social links. You can catch our Discord, Twitter, and YouTube there. We also have a Patreon, where you can support us for as little as $1, and catch our free articles, which we distribute 2 or 3 times monthly. Lastly, we have merchandise, which you can find over on the Redbubble, and you can get a crest on your chest. We also have sponsors in Bird in the Storm Publishing, who create modules for D&D and other TTRPGs, and Mage Hand Press, who wrote the Dark Matter Alpha, a sci-fi expansion for D&D 5e, and there are other expansions as well, like a Feywild expansion, and a, what was it called? Wild Western expansion. And we'll be exploring one of these next season. We also, I think it's going to be a viewer game as well, so there'll be plenty of chances for people to come and get involved in that.
We back like Dark Matter viewer games.
Not Dark Matter.
Oh.
We'll be exploring one of the other expansions.
Oh, now I want to play.
Also, check out our panels, arasavad.com. Excuse me, arasavad.com, tabletoploot.com, and ruinc.com. It's you can get 10 to 15% discount at all them websites. Just click on the panel to go to their website and check out the panel information to get your 10 to 15% discount. We are not going to go to this place that I can't spell. We're going to go to the place that I can spell, because I can spell. So we're going to head over for the raid. Thank you so much for coming along, everyone, and until next time, keep on evoking emotions. We'll catch you later on. Bye.